What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. I'm your host Rough Wizard, and wherever you are in the world, I hope you will, are having, or have had a wonderful day. Every so often, Gran Turismo 7 throws something at you that makes you really wonder how you want to play it. Maybe last week you were crushing the races, but this week, looking at the track, the combo, it's not your strength. If you jump in, your driver rating might take a hit. So what should you do? Well, that's the situation that I'm facing this week. Suzuka's not a track that I know that well. I've seen it on TV with Formula 1, but I've not really driven it that much. And let me tell you a secret, bring it in. Suzuka is an extremely technical track. It has every kind of corner you can think of. So you best believe it's been a steep learning curve, and my driver rating has definitely taken a hit. But here's the thing, I've sacrificed driver rating for actual improvement to get better at driving. So although this is a track that I'm going to suffer at this week, you best believe I'm going to leave the week in a much better place than where I entered it. So let's take a look at a race where things finally start to click. No matter what happens this week, I'm not going to stop trying. I don't care how bad it gets, I'm going to keep going. Gran Turismo 7 definitely threw us an interesting one this week. For Data Race C, we're at Japan at the Suzuka circuit for a 10-lap race where fuel is not a concern, however tyre wear is, and that's if you don't get thrown dynamic weather, where you'll see all three of the racing mediums, intermediates and wets being used, and we're racing in a small selection of Group 2 cars. This track really is a curveball that I was trying to figure out. It was weird because the lower the rank of the lobby, the cleaner lap 1 was, which is really unusual. However, cleaner doesn't mean clean. Oh my god. Look, lower rank doesn't mean worse. It normally just means less experience, and that's why no one here anticipated the concertina. Of course, it's the game of how many times can I get hit in the bumper. At this point, it's still lap 1. I really thought I was in for another week of bumper cars, but actually things did calm down from here. I couldn't even see the corner. We're through lap 1, so let's talk about the Rough Wizard Daily Race Awards. If you stick with me to the end, we're going to look through the nominees and winners for Best Overtake, Best Livery, and unfortunately, the most unlucky moment. Stick around to the end to find out who are this week's winners. I had to pull back because I had no idea where the corner was. This is definitely one of those moments where not knowing the track can punish you. I pulled back from the car in front so I could see the racing line I wanted, and that gave the car behind an opportunity to get past. This is dumb, but I also don't care. Probably one of the more aggressive moves going up the inside through turn 1. However, we gave them enough room, and more importantly, we made it stick, which allows us to get the place back and now go after P4. I feel bad for Carp Hunter watching this back. I've been here and it's really frustrating. This track is one of those that's super technical. There's so many different types of corners and you have to be focused the entire lap. And it's not a short lap. So I was starting to get in my groove here. You've seen I've done many races up until this point, and I'm starting to pick up a little bit of speed where I feel comfortable.
They're definitely going to try and get me. Don't make it here.
I was actually quite anxious going through 130 out there because of the way that others have been racing me, but to be fair to PDT Alipol, they raced me quite cleanly and they understood when to take the opportunity.
Oh, P2 has a mare.
With the last second decision to come into the pits, Garrett has an absolute nightmare there, clobbers the barrier and has to come all the way back round before they can finally get themselves into the pit. Alright, so we're about halfway through this one. We're going to come to the pits this lap, and if you look above, those clouds are looking pretty ominous. Now, I'm not sure what the weather's going to do, but it's definitely in the back of my mind.
Alright, coming into the pits. Is it about to rain? I did not check the weather. We're going mediums. Just hope it doesn't rain. Ooh, risky. Yeah, we're good.
So we've done our one and only stop for the race. It looks like the weather's going to be absolutely fine, and the car that was just behind us hasn't stopped yet, so this outlap's going to be crucial.
I need a good outlap here. Don't need to set the world on fire, it just needs to be good.
So we've come to the end of the outlap, and we can see that PDT Alipol is in the pits, so it's going to be crucial for our race to come out in front of them.
Car's coming out. Not what we needed. Not what we needed at all.
It looks like all my mishaps from earlier races gave me enough practice to hold on to that one, and crucially, we're ahead of PDT Alipol.
Alright, let's rein it in, let's rein it in. Don't let it snowball. Get back on track. Alright, I'm in my head. I'm in my head. Let's get out.
Coming into the final 3 laps, and our race looks pretty set. It looks like it's us versus PDT Alipol for P2. P1 is too far ahead, right?
Break the slip. Nope, nope, nope. Just about held on to that.
If I want to hold on to this P2, I've got to hold my lines much better than that.
That cost me time.
We definitely didn't have the best run through the chicane there. However, it looks like we're managing to keep PDT Alapol at arm's length.
2 laps to go.
With about a lap and a half to go, the laps are not perfect, but they're definitely trending in the right direction.
Very slow, very slow through that. Oh, something's happened. I just noticed something's happened behind.
It looks like PDT Alapol got a little bit greedy going through the first Stegner, and it ended up costing him about 3 seconds.
Alright. One more lap. Keep it on the track, most importantly. No, 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 no.
Oh, the pain. Look at that face. You can tell that I'm hurting. But this race isn't over, so we need to finish this lap off and get across the finish line.
Is there like a no problem? No worries. I know it wasn't on purpose. I know it wasn't on purpose. And it sucks. But that's still the best result we've had, so we'll take it. It's gonna be a long week.
Now, I know you watching this will be thinking, oh, you could have got the win, what a terrible result, P4, wow. But let me tell you something, that P4 was by far my best result so far this week. It's early in the week, but I'm pretty happy with that on reflection. So taking a step back to what I said at the beginning of the video, we have to remember, sometimes you got to sacrifice a driver rating just so you can improve. After all, do you really feel good about a higher driver rating if you can only jump into races 1 in every 4 weeks because of the track and combo? Take that hit to your driver rating, take these opportunities and actually improve. then the driver rating you want to be, you'll actually achieve, and you'll be there and can jump into any race, any weekend. Anyway, enough of all that spiel, let's move on to the Rough Wizard Daily Race Awards. As always, we're going to start off with the best overtake. So you saw this one from my vantage point in the race, but this is MIKTM, who took advantage of my slow 130R, came up the inside and snuck in through the chicane. They got late on the brakes, but kept it very under control and got the move done. Well done. Now next up we have Luck VT001. Now they're coming up to spoon curve in the slip, so they're going to have to be really controlled under braking, which they manage, but the two cars in front don't. They sneak up the inside, grab 2 places. And lastly, we have Gabby Lou 69. Coming up to the hairpin, they do a quick fake to the inside. El Marquez takes the bait, goes deep, and then Gabby Lou 69 actually takes that inside line. No contact, nice and cleanly through. And the winner is... it's Luck VT001. I really liked that move. It's hard to follow in the slip and hit your braking points, and you can see the 2 cars in front didn't manage it. They got the 2 places, they deserve the win. Well done, Luke VT001. You're this week's winner for Best Overtake. Then next up we have Best Livery, and I'm not going to lie to you, I was a little bit underwhelmed. There wasn't that many to choose from, but we did pull out 3 nominees. So the first nominee is Boogie, with the blue and gold and the triple crown. There's not much to say, but it is a custom livery. Well done, Boogie. And next up we have FC18, who's done a nod to Futurama, and they're driving the Planet Express. And if you're anyone who's around my age, you'll appreciate this reference. And lastly we have Carp Hunter, who's got the black and pink gradient base donned with some anime age artwork all over the thing. And the winner is... I mean, it's Carp Hunter. Look at that thing. I don't really know anything about Anime Age, but that thing looks fierce. Well done, Carp Hunter. You're this week's winner of Best Livery. And then last and probably least, we're going to the most unlucky moment. As always, we do not have any nominees. We go straight to the winner, and that is Senor Bills. So let's take a look at what happened. Senor Bills, you truly are unlucky. You get a slight bump going through the S's, which sends you into the barrier, and not only that, you manage to sneak into the corner that's really hard to get out of, which means you plummet from P11 all the way to the back in P16. That really is unlucky. That's it for this week. I really appreciate you sticking around with me. If you disagreed with any of those awards, let me know in the comments below. If you've enjoyed the video, give it a like, and you can always subscribe to see more content coming out in the future. If you feel like you've not had enough yet, check out one of these 2 videos. I'm out.